Hi everybody, I wanted to give a quick overview of how to enroll into a drug plan for the 2023 season. So I'll show you exactly how to do this yourself. And the way that I'm going to show you is the best way to find out which drug plan is right for you. A lot of people will call their pharmacy or see what their friend has, and these are just not the way to do it. The best way to do it is through Medicare.gov. So the official U.S. government site, it has every single drug plan on there for you. It matches up your drugs with all of the formularies, and it tells you exactly which one's best, and it even tells you which one's best based on the pharmacy that you go to. So I'll make a quick, kind of a superficial video. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Just kind of make a broad video that kind of gives you an overview of what to do. And if you need any assistance in enrolling into a drug plan or looking at your secondary, feel free to give us a call and we can do that for you. So anyways, go to Medicare.gov to start, and you'll want to go to right here, find plans now. And then make sure you're selecting the 2023, and we'll just do a zip code. And then for this drop down, put Part D, hit apply, hit start. And for here, you want to select I don't get any help from any of these programs. If you are getting Medicaid and things like that, feel free to select it. But if you just want a purist point of view, exactly what the costs are, then many of you will just select I don't get help from any of these plans. Hit next. Do you want to see drug costs when you compare plans? Yes. Hit next. And now we can begin to put in our medications. So let's just put in a few that a lot of people are on. So everybody's taking a statin for the most part. So when you type in the first couple of letters, you'll see some of the drugs will populate that relate to those letters. So click that, add the medication. Now you can select your dosage. I like to just keep things every 30 days. There's really no savings every 90 days or by mail order anymore. It's all kind of the same price no matter what you do. The dosage will default to what is most popular, what most people are doing. Add to list. Let's do maybe levothyroxine. Actually, let's put in Synthroid. So when you do a brand name medication like this, you'll get this pop-up that says there's a lower cost generic available. And so if you're taking the brand name, you would add the brand instead. If you're taking the generic version, do add generic. So I'll add generic. And let's do an expensive medication like Eliquis. This one's been a pain for many people. It's quite expensive. My own father's taking this exact medication. Okay, so twice a day, 5 milligrams. That's usually what people are taking. We'll add that to the list. And now we have our drug list here. And we'll put done adding drugs. And you can compare two pharmacies here. So we'll put in Walgreens and CVS, just the two popular ones. See which one's cheaper. We'll hit done. And now the plans have populated. And you'll notice that it sorts by lowest drug and premium cost on an annual basis. So this takes all of your out-of-pocket premium, all of your out-of-pocket co-pays that you're going to pay for the medications, and it puts it into one annual number. And that's how this list is sorted, which is the best way to possibly compare. So you'll see that there's 24 plans available, and this is statewide. So there's 24 drug plans to choose from in Illinois. And the number that you want to look at is not premium. You want to look at this $16.97 number here. So if we look at that and then we scroll down, we'll see the next one is more expensive at $17.09, then more expensive at $17.46, $18.10, and so on. It just gets more expensive as you go on. So usually you just want to take the lowest costing plan, with a few exceptions. Like this was a 1-star rated plan, and then this one was a little bit more and it was like 4 stars, then I would probably just pay a little more to get a higher star rating. And this star rating is usually based on customer service for the most part. So you'll see a deductible. The new standard deductible across the board for the most part is $505. And this deductible only applies to tier 3 and 4 medications. So if you're taking a tier 1 or 2, you just go right to the copay. You pay a set amount for your medications. If you're taking a tier 3 or 4, you first have to eat that deductible. Then once that's met, you then go into a copay. So you see the 505 deductible, 505, 505. It's just it goes up every year. It goes up like $50 a year, 30 to $50 a year. So this Blue Cross plan does not come up very often. I just did kind of a random example here, and I haven't seen Blue Cross come up at all for the 2023 season. But when you're getting into these kind of specialty meds like the Eliquis, that's when you'll see different plans that are less frequent come up because it matches better with Eliquis is what's happening here. So let's go into the plan details. And we'll scroll down. This is just your monthly premium, $17.80, your deductible of $505. And right away, we could see that Walgreens is a preferred pharmacy, and CVS is a in-network or standard pharmacy. So the prices should theoretically be better at Walgreens. And we could see. Well, let's scroll down. Here. This is, I like to look at this chart because it tells you exactly what you're going to pay month over month. And you'll see if you compare the two that Walgreens is cheaper month over month. And then in August, we hit the donut hole. So once we get into the donut hole, we owe a higher percentage of the retail cost. And then once we pay a certain amount, we get out of the donut hole and we owe a lower percentage. But since this price never goes down, that means we never get out of the donut hole. And then it'll reset in January. And here's the Medicare website for the coverage gap. Costs in the coverage gap and donut hole are synonymous. So once you and your plan have spent $4,660, you're in the coverage gap. So there's a retail cost of a medication. Eliquis is quite expensive, and we'll get back over to there. But somebody has to pay that med. It's you and the drug plan. It's a combination of copay and what the drug company pays to the Eliquis company to get that medication. And once that out of pocket between you and the drug plan reaches $4,660, you then owe 25% of the cost. So that's why you'll see that spike. And in this scenario, we never get out of the donut hole. So we can open up Walgreens since we know that's the cheaper medication. And we can see that the cost before the deductible is $573. So that means we have to first meet our deductible of $505, and then we come out of it, and then we only owe $44. Since the deductible is $505, we pay this one time, and we're out of the deductible because the deductible is only $505. And you'll see here Levo and Simvastatin are tier 1 or 2 medications, so we go right to the copay of 0. But we do owe a percentage once we get into that donut hole. Let's scroll this down. And we'll see here levothyroxine is a tier 1, Simvastatin is a tier 1, Eliquis is a tier 3. So we have to meet that deductible first. And so if this is the plan that you want to go into, you can select enroll right here, join plan, put in your Medicare number. It's a very straightforward application. At the end of the application, it's going to ask you how you want to pay, whether it's going to come out of your social, or if you want the company to bill you directly. And you sign off on it, and then at the end of the application, it's going to give you a confirmation number. You can write down that confirmation number, and that way, if something were to happen, you can call it Medicare, and they can locate your application and assist you the best way they can. So that's the overview of the drug plans for 2023. Again, if you guys need any help, please give us a call. We'd be more than happy to assist you. Thanks.